Hi folks, Klaus here from Guitarhabits. Today we're gonna do a 12 bar blues riff with a turnaround. I'm first gonna play it for you and then show you how to do it. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do a close-up. We start with our first finger on the 3rd fret, low E string, and then a 3rd finger on the D string, 5th fret. So 3 on the low E string, 5 on the D string. Then we put a 1st finger on the G string, 3rd fret, hit that string, and then hammer on with your 2nd finger on the G string, 4th fret. So again, hit the 3rd fret G string, and hammer on with your 2nd finger on the G string, 4th fret. So we got 3 low E, D, 5 on the D, and 3 on the G, hammer on to 4. Back to the 5th fret on the D string. So we got 3, 5, hammer on, and 5 on the D string with your 3rd finger. So we got So when you hammer on from 3 to 4, just leave those fingers up there and then add that 5 on the D. It's easier. Like that. Then with your 3rd finger, bar like the 5th fret on the G and the B string. So bar both strings. And then you hit like here with a pick on top of the G string, like that. You hit both strings, G and B string. Then you put your 1st finger on both the G and B string, 3rd fret. Again, same thing. You hit both G and B string. But now, while you hit those 2 strings, you hammer on with your 2nd finger on the G string, 4th fret. So hit both strings, and hammer on with that 2nd finger on the G string, 4th fret. You really have to bend that knuckle on the 2nd finger to make sure you don't mute the B string while you hammer on that 4th fret. You want to hear that B string also. Hit G and B, and then hammer on the 4th fret. So now we got this. 3 on the low E, 5 on the D. Hammer on from 3 to 4 on the G string, 5 on the D. Hit both G and B and bar G and B on 5th fret. Then bar 3rd fret G and B string with that hammer on the 4th fret. And then back again to the D string, 5th fret. And again, when you bar that 3rd fret G and B string with that hammer on, also here, leave those fingers up there when you go back to the D string, 5th fret. And then just an open D string, because it's easier to go back to the low E string, because now we have to repeat that riff. So here. And that open D string, it's not like really present. You just, you really don't hear it. It's going into the riff. So, oh yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes the easy way. So you have 2 ways to approach this. So your last note is the open D string, and then you repeat the riff. So I will do it for you. Open D and playing again. See? See that open D? It makes you go easier back to the low E string 3rd fret when you repeat it. But instead of doing the open D, you can also do, I just do an upstroke with just like the B, G, D, A string. Here we go. I do it for you. See what I do? Just, you put that pick under the B string, here you go, bam, and then I hit that low E string 3rd fret. It's a little bit more difficult, so you first want to practice it with just the open D string, and when you get that under your belt, then you do that. It just gives a little bit more edge to it. It's more raw, like. So I hit G, I really go like B, G, D, A, and then bam. And when I hit that low E, I make sure that I mute all the strings so you don't hear the ringing of that. You don't want to hear that. So it's up, hit that low E 3rd fret and mute the strings with your index finger. So you play that riff 2 times. 1, slowly. And then we go into a 3rd time, and there's a little change. So again, we start with low E, 3 on the low E, 5 on the D, hammer on from 3 to 4 on the G, again 5 on the D, bar those 2 strings on the 5th fret, G and B. But now we're doing this after the 5th fret G and B, bar, hit both strings. Now you go first finger on the 3rd fret B and high E string, so the highest 2 strings, like that. Hit both B and high E string. Again, put your pick on top of the B string and hit it downwards. So you hit both strings. Then you go back to G and B string, 5th fret, both strings, G and B. And then you, I have to think then. Or you, again, you do just like after the 5th fret G and B, you do an open G and B. Or you do it like that. So the simple way is close. And once, or and go back to that one. And now for in the 4th time, we do the first riff again, where we started with. Okay, so that's 4, and you play that over a G7 chord, or just an open G7 chord. Like that. So again, we have this 1, 2, same riff. 4, the 3rd one, we change. 4. Okay, that's the first part. That's all G7. Then we move that first riff where we started with up, starting on the 8th fret low E string. It's exactly the same riff. So we go now 8 on the low E string, third finger D string, 10th fret. Hammer on with your first finger on the G string, 8th fret, and hammer on the 9th fret. Then your third finger on the D string, 10th fret. So we got this. Then bar your third finger on the G and B string, 10th fret. Then your first finger bar on the G and B string, 8th fret. Do that hammer on the 9th fret. And then D string, 10th fret. So. But instead of doing a simple open D, we now do an open G to make sure you're having the notes of the C. And you do that also 2 times. 1. Hear that? Open G. Instead of the D, open G. Or, again, that. Here we go. And then, so 2 times, that's on a C7 chord. And then we go back to the G7. First, the standard riff, where we started with. And then that second riff, with the bar on the B and high E string. So, let's play it. 1. And then the second. And then, so we got 4 bars on G7, 2 bars on C7, and then again 2 bars on G7. Now we go all the way up to the 10th fret. Same riff there. So the first riff that we started with, now on the 10th fret, low E, third finger D string, 12th fret, first finger G string, 10th fret, hammer on the 11th fret, and back to the 12th fret G string, third finger B and G string, 12th fret, first finger 10th fret G and B string, and hammer on that 11th fret, and then 12 on the D and an open D. Or that, instead of the open D, we go do that. Then we move this riff back to the 10th fret. So 2 half steps or 2 frets back. Again to the 8th fret. And now the open G. So on the C riff, we do an open G. On the D riff here, that's the D7, like on the 10th fret. We do an open D. And on the C riff, we do an open G. So we got it. And then we go back to the G. We hit the low E. We're now going into the turnaround. Low E, 3rd fret. An open G. Then we put a first finger on the high E string, 3rd fret. And your third finger on the B string, 6th fret. It's quite a stretch. You can also do it with your 4th finger. I like to do it with my 3rd finger. So do what is possible for you. But you also need to develop your flexibility and your dexterity. So try it first. In the beginning it's hard, but the more you practice this, you get more of a stretch right there. It's like finger yoga. When you do a split, you can't do a split like the first time. You gotta practice, you gotta develop that flexibility. So first finger, 3rd fret, high E string, and 3rd finger on the B string, 6th fret. And we go B, high E, B. Then you move that 3rd finger to the 5th fret. You leave that first finger on that 3rd fret high E string, and the 3rd finger goes on the B string, 5th fret. And again you go B, high E, B. So we got, And now with your second finger on the B string 4th fret. Again, leave that first finger up there. Second finger, B string 4th fret. And again, B, high E, B. And then bar both high E, B and high E string with your first finger and hit both strings. And then we go 3 on the A string, 4 on the A string, so with the first and second finger, and then you play a D7 chord right there. So a D7 chord, first finger on the B string, 3rd fret, second finger on the D string, 4th fret, third finger on the A string, 5th fret, and your 4th finger on the G string, 5th fret. You only want to hit the middle 4 strings. Don't touch the low E and the high E. So you got 3, 4, D7. If that's too fast for you to just hit that D7, you can also just do 3, 4, 5. It's really simple, easy, but effective. Or you go 3, 4, D7. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Slowly, we go back. Let's do this close up. So you can see everything. There we go. C7. G7. D7. C7. And back to G. And one more time, a little bit faster. Okay, folks, that's it for the 12-bar blues riff with the turnaround. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have any feedback for me, requests, questions? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like this and you want to develop and improve your guitar playing. I will see you in the next lesson. Okay, bye.